Howdy, folks. Greyhawk444 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and we have once again reached another Beer 30. Cheers. I have been waiting, hell, almost a week to try this. And it was worth the wait. Oh, man. So, but before we get into this, for those of you that don't know, this is my weekly series that I do where we talk about a craft beer. I try one of my craft beers, usually one that I haven't tried before. Sometimes it's a repeat, but for the most part, it's ones I haven't had before. We talk about the beer a little bit because it's my channel, and I think that beer and gaming are a fun combo. So this one is the Rogue Honey Kolsch, and Rogue Brewing has a special place in my heart because uh, they are from the Portland area. That's where the brewery, the microbrewery is. And my wife and I have traveled there, and we actually went to one of the brew pubs there, and the food was excellent. All of the beer, I don't know if I've ever had a Rogue beer that I did not like. Now, mind you, I steer away from IPAs and stuff. I'm not an IPA guy. I think I have had maybe one of theirs, and as IPAs go, it was really good. But it's just IPAs aren't my thing. Um, but like their chocolate stouts, hazelnut, their hazelnut brown ale is incredible, and this honey kolsch is no exception. It is fantastic. It is very, very thirst quenching. And it has just the right amount of a little bit of a honey tone to it that it's perfect. So anyway, that's enough about the beer. Uh, Now, I don't know. Well, real quick, I don't know if you can find this where you live, but the rogue ales are hard for me to find here in Utah. I mean, there's a couple of them we can usually get at the liquor store that are like I think the Dead Guy Ale and the um, sometimes the hazelnut one. Those are about the only two we can usually find on a regular basis. So this was kind of a wild one that I happened to find that. So anyway, good luck to you if you want to try it out. So now, let's talk about the gaming news of the day. So the big thing today was, and I tweeted it out earlier, that Bethesda has announced that they are going to be shutting down their launcher that they have, their independent launcher that they have for their games. Um, and currently, that's the only way. If you do play Fallout 76, that's the only way you can launch the game is through their launcher. It's not on Steam or whatever. Now, with the announcement of them they're going to be pulling that, shutting it down at some point. They've announced everything will be switching over to Steam, including Fallout 76. Now, as we know, I don't know why my camera keeps going in and out of focus there. Maybe I'm too close to the camera or something. Um, so the problem that I see that I'm anticipating is with it being Bethesda is that when they try to do big things like put out a game or something of this nature, let's say, or even launch like physical products like the collector's edition helmet and all that, they tend to fuck stuff up. Um, I hate to say it, but they just do. Now, Bethesda, of course, is now owned by Microsoft. I have no idea if that's going to have any bearing on it, whether or not they're going to be able to do this smoothly. But they're saying that you'll be able to link all the games that you were using their launcher for. You'll be able to do it on Steam, including 76, and that all of your items, etc., and all that stuff within the game, because that should all be server based anyway. it should just transfer over and it shouldn't be a problem. But I find that claim to be dubious at best, because I just don't trust Bethesda when they do things. Um, I love their. Don't get me wrong. I love Skyrim. I love Fallout 4. Um, Fallout 76 is a lot better than it was. Um, uh, I like the Wolfenstein series. A lot of their stuff, the Doom series, all that. But when it comes to doing things, whether it's launching a game or launching a product or integrating something or whatever, they tend to screw shit up. So um, just keep that in mind. There's a lot more info that you can find out there. It's going to be like May or something like that when they do this. So um, I even got an email from them because I do use the launcher for Fallout 76 when I do play it. Excuse me. And the uh, the email said, hey, there's there's no rush to do this. Da, 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 you're gonna be fine. You're gonna get everything over on Steam. Blah blah blah. So now we wait and see. So that's the first thing. Second thing, Telltale Games. Now, most of you probably know who Telltale Games were. They shut down for a time, uh, and they were the ones that had the Walking Dead point and click adventure game series on PC. I don't know if it was available on consoles or not, but they had a ton of other. They were all episodic adventure games, same style, same engine, mechanics, everything like that. Um, and they had a Batman one. They had, of course, The Walking Dead, and then they had one called The Wolf Among Us. Now, The Wolf Among Us, it it got high praise from me and a lot of other people. It was a fantastic game, very well done. It was basically same mechanics, same type of art style, everything, but the characters were like from there were characters from storybook type stories, like the Big Bad Wolf and Snow White, or not necessarily Snow White. That's Disney. What was the other one? Was it Cinderella or something like that? That's Disney too. But there was one of them, um, and uh, all the different characters were um, ones from like these storybook tales, and the main character is based upon the Big Bad Wolf. And but in this, you play. That's who you play, and he was actually the good guy in the story. Um, and I don't want to give away anything more than that. It was a fantastic game. Well, Telltale, I guess, was rescued by a company called Ad Hoc Games, and Ad Hoc is helping them come back now, and they're producing the sequel to it, The Wolf Among Us 2. But in addition to that, they've also announced that they're going to do the same type of game uh, based upon the TV show The Expanse. Now, a lot of my regulars in my lives, etc., have basically beaten me down and said, "Hey, you gotta watch The Expanse. It's great. It's fantastic." A lot of my regulars in the lives and stuff in the chat box and stuff have said, you know, need to watch The Expanse. So I started watching it today. I watched the first 2 episodes. It's very good. Now, with a show like that, it's like 6 seasons or whatever. I'm giving it some time to germinate and get its footing and everything. And I'm in it for the long haul now. So um, I've put Deep Space Nine on hold. I was trying to watch all Deep Space Nine. I put that on hold because I want to watch The Expanse, because if they do launch a game like that, Telltale does end up putting this out, I want to have that all under my belt so that I can enjoy the game, having watched the whole series and everything. The other one of the other ones that Telltale did was they did a Game of Thrones uh, one that I finished that one too to completion. That one was excellent as well. There's other ones I can't think of right now. They did a lot of games. So you've got Telltale putting out The Wolf Among Us 2, The Expanse. You've got Bethesda shutting down their launcher, switching everything over to Steam. And then the what is the New Horizon Dawn, um, or the New Horizon game, uh, is now getting review bombed. I guess that's another thing in the news, gaming news right now. That and it when it launched a few days ago, maybe it was a week ago now. It was like high praise, like it was glowing reviews from the players and so forth and everything. Well, now apparently it's getting review bombed. For whatever reason, I don't know. But that leads me to the topic of review bombing by players. Um, I'd like to know your opinion down below. If you could leave a comment, how do you feel about review bombing of titles and stuff like that? Because it seems like people are using the review process on whether it's on the the Microsoft um, Game Store or PlayStation Game Store or Steam or whatever. They're using their power of being able to review and thus review bomb a game to voice their displeasure about something political. Um, I have seen a few little things here today through social media and everything saying that this review bombing is a result of Horizon, is a result of um, the players, or a good number of the players, thinking the game is too woke, using that woke term again. And so they're taking and their review, but even though, like on Metacritic, it's very high praise on Metacritic based upon the merits of the game, not not the politics of it. So I personally think that review bombing is kind of a shitty way to do things. Um, if you want to put editorial comments in your review regarding something about you think that something in the game was politically motivated or whatnot, you can compartmentalize. You can do your review of the game. What do you think of the graphics? What do you think of the soundtrack? What do you think of the gameplay? What do you think of the story? Uh, what do you think of the characters? All that. You can do all of that, and then separately you can put, that I feel that whatever I feel that the company did this, and it was politically motivated. Da 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 da. But don't allow that to make you just say, oh, I'm just going to give it a 0 out of 10 just because I don't like this political issue that they might be addressing in here or whatever. Um, I don't like review bombing. I think because I think that it hurts the end consumer who doesn't know any of that other shit, who wants to go and find a good game to play, and they all of a sudden it's been review bombed and it looks like it's a shitty game. And unless they do a real deep dive and read and try and figure out why it got review bombed, if they're just looking at, oh, it only got, because if enough people review bomb something, I don't give a shit how many people did, gave it good reviews. Enough people review bomb it, it's going to be mediocre. It's going to say mixed or whatever, and that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt people that want to find a good game, and taking all the politics out of it, it would be a good game for them. But because some people decided to use that mechanic to um, to try and hurt the company that put out the game, I think it hurts everybody in the end, in the long run. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Again, been a gamer for a long time, seen good games, shitty games, politically motivated games, um, you know, controversial games, whatever. I just don't think review bombing is the way to go. But anyway, that is an excellent beer. If you can find that, if you haven't already tried it, that is fantastic. And Rogue right now, their stuff's not cheap. I mean, there's a premium for Rogue stuff, um, but it's generally worth it. And if you are able to ever make your way to Oregon, and you can visit any one of the brew pubs that they have, the food's excellent too. So there's that. Um, I think I had the short ribs poutine. which is basically, if you don't know what poutine is, it's basically French fries with gravy and cheese. Um, and theirs, they do it with like short ribs and gravy and cheese and stuff on a big pile of French fries. You usually split it like, amongst the table or whatever. But uh, so yeah, guys, that'll do it for this edition of Beer 30. Um, Thursday is my next live. So if you have any comments, questions, whatever, put them down below. Please click like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm trying to get monetized. I need all the help I can get. Share the videos, whatever. Much appreciated. And until Thursday, we will catch you guys on the flip side.